Hello, people. Welcome back to K-pop Talks. And after the top singles of the year, I'm gonna give you what I consider to be the worst K-pop songs of the year. Now, obviously, as I don't have to say this all the time, these are very personal decisions, right? So I decided to pick 16 tracks that I thought deserved to be on this list. There was like 30 I had to pick on, but then when I looked back, I was like, yeah, I don't like them, but I don't really hate them. These are songs that I all think are pretty bad. Some of them are really fucking bad, and obviously don't get you in your things. We're talking about here about the music. We're not talking about the idol. I feel a lot of the time in K-pop, when you talk about the music, people always tend to get in their things and defend the idol, when I think there's nothing wrong with criticizing somebody's music if you think it's bad. And I personally think these songs are bad, so I'm gonna tell you why I consider these songs to be bad. And let's get right back to number 16, Penalmaker with Shy. Penalmaker is one of these artists, I always thought he was very original in his own little world, right? I was wrong, because then he does songs like this and you just realize that he can be an average ass motherfucker whenever he wants. And this type of songs really turn me off. And Penalmaker is already somebody that I didn't listen to that much, and this type of songs that make me want to even think about him at all throughout the year. Number 15, Queen Wasabi featuring Blue, or Blow, whatever it is, Plug Boy. One of the worst, I think, vocal performances by Queen Wasabi. I think one of the worst performances I've heard all year in terms of vocals. It was bad. The lyrics are fucking shit. This Blue guy is shit, and she's good. I always thought Queen Wasabi is a very good artist, but she sometimes really stumbles on this bullshit when she tries so much to do these American type of concepts that don't really work for her as much. In fact, she released a couple of tracks this year that I thought were actually pretty valid. But when she does this type of things, it's just a turn off for me personally. Number 14, 3YE with Stalker. Listen, I don't like 3YE and I don't like this. It's very simple. 13, Grey, I Don't Love You. Listen, Grey, I don't know why Grey thinks he's a great artist. Like, Grey is a very good producer, but he's not a great vocalist. He doesn't put effort in his lyrics. Why am I supposed to see him as an artist? Like, he never released good music individually, in my opinion, and this is just a proof of that. Number 12, John Somi with Dum Dum. I hate this. Again, I think I've seen this throughout the year in all my recaps of the weeks. I hate this American style of concept she's going for. It's giving her a lot of popularity, but I think it tells me nothing about Somi, right? If I have to compare to other solo artists that have come from the produced groups, right? So let's compare to Kwon Eun-bi, Kang Daniel, Ha Sung-won, Chungga. Right? I'm just giving you certain names, right? I'm not even saying other people. Park Ji-hoon I haven't said. I'm not saying any other. And I'm supposed to believe she's at the level of these guys. She's just not. Yeah, she's more popular. Sure, she makes 150 million views in a video. Who cares? Right? This is the type of shit chicks like in the West. That's fine. My point is, it doesn't tell me anything about you, and it has zero value artistically. So for me, it's one of the worst tracks, and I hope Somi starts maturing as an artist a little bit, because, you know, seeing your peers and people that have started at the same point as you actually being very mature artists in their early 20s, and you're just being some pretender American wannabe artist, I just don't see the point in it. But number 11, B.O. featuring Benzino, Counting Stars. Listen, this is what I talked about in the top singles, right? When Benzino is focused, he does great. When Benzino is not focused, he gives you this. And B.O. gives you a shit performance. Hate the fucking autotune here. I hate the chorus. It's fucking shit. Number 10, Ravi featuring Soyeon from G-Idol Ani. I love Ravi. Ravi is probably my favorite VIX member. I would say this, like, I love his EPs. El Dorado is still one of my favorite albums in K-pop history, and then he gives me shit like this, uninspired pop rock shit, pop punk shit that tells me nothing. It's empty, trying to somewhat follow the trend that is going on in Korea with this fusion of pop and rock that even TXT has done, I think, not in a very successful way. So no. Number 9, XUM or XUM fit Dalala. Terrible track. They've already disbanded. Now I would feel bad, and I feel bad, but I mean, if you were gonna keep releasing the type of music, it's okay if disbanded, because what the fuck is this? It tells me nothing. The only reason why this song even has a following, I don't even know why. I think it's because of the stage. You did that Mnet, like a comeback stage, so that somewhat went viral in its own little way, but this song is really bad, and I normally don't like putting down smaller groups, but if you're gonna release music like this, you deserve to be fucking clowned. And somebody else that deserves to be clowned is Woo Ji-young with Happy Birthday. A shitty ass track. He thought it was cool, he thought it was edgy, when in reality it's just shit. I'm sorry. Like, what is that? What is that chorus? Like, what is this song? But it is what it is. Number 7, Jackson Wang with LMLY. Jackson is, I love Jackson. I think Jackson is a cool guy. But Jackson has definitely created these mystiques around him that is somewhat like super interesting as an artist. I would like to remind people that the only single I've always felt about Jackson was Something Original Was Okay, which was the original single he released, I think, in 2017. When he was still in JYP. Anything released after that, I always felt it was very underwhelming and interesting. But when he started doing his Wang team shit in China and everything, I felt like, oh, he's improving a little bit. And these type of songs tell me why I just never will fuck with Jackson music, because it's so fake, it's so patinated. Oh look, I'm from Hong Kong. Look, I'm gonna give you this Hong Kong concept of these movies, right? But I'll keep saying this all the time. Jackson's not a great vocalist. He's not. So he tries to cover his music with a lot of other things that I think overall don't really stick with me personally. Stick with me. It might stick with you as a fan, but personally it doesn't stick with me. So no. Number 6, BTS with Permission to Dance. I hate this track. I hate with all my mind. It's so shit. And again, I don't get why BTS is trying so hard to make this uplifting music that, again, just doesn't fit with what they do normally, and it doesn't come off as real considering how patinated the lyrics, the music video itself. I understand BTS is a global thing now, but I think when you start not realizing how global you are, global doesn't mean you have to cater to everybody or to America specifically. Global means you're just really popular. I think BTS could make their own songs and will still sell millions of records. I don't know where Hybe or anybody gets this idea that if tomorrow they started making more songs in Korean, and I'm not mad at this in English, because then people might think that I have a problem with it. I don't. I like Butter, for example. I don't have a problem with it. I like Mic Drop, the English version. Was it Mic Drop? I don't know if it was Mic Drop, but the other song in the past also was an English version that I really enjoyed. Or with English, I'm not mad at it. But when you do stuff like this, it just feels fake. It feels obviously super try-hardish to get into the American charts. It's fine. I don't like it. I think it doesn't tell me anything about you. And again, BTS to me is still one of the greatest K-pop groups. But these last couple years have nothing positive, in my opinion, to say about their discography and what they have achieved, because they've achieved great things, but they don't have discography to really match that up. I look at the discography, I'm like, they're mediocre albums, and I know BTS can release great albums, incredible albums if they want to, and then they give us these products. And this year they didn't even give us an album, but they still won album of the year at the Mnet Awards. Fine. No, I don't get that, but sure. But yeah, this is one of their worst songs in some time. I don't like it at all. And the vocals also are not that great. I think there's probably too much autotune. I still don't understand why they use autotune on BTS vocalists. Like, they all have great voices and they still use... Anyway, let me move on. 5, Yona with I'm Not Cool. Yes, you are not cool when you make this type of songs. You are actually terrible. And you come off as corny, in my opinion. This song is corny as fuck. Like, Yona has always made this type of music, right? But I always felt like she always brought something at least interesting about her, even now things like in the past where it's like maybe there was a cause like flower, it's called flower something, but that song was good. I didn't love that song, but it was still Yona and everything. Here the pre-chorus is terrible, the chorus is terrible, the drop is terrible, random lyrics put there for the sake of being put there. Her vocals are not great. I feel even like the song is mixed in a weird way. Overall, I feel like it's somewhat of a failure from what I always thought to be a very consistent solo artist. 4, BM with Broken Me, and this really breaks my heart because I love BM, but this song is just not it. It felt like a song from 2003 in a terrible way, and it's not a compliment. It's fucking terrible. Your vocals are not good, the lyrics are not there, but hey, at least you had a single, so I can't be overly mad about it. Number 3, we have a comeback here again, So Me with XOXO. If I thought Dum Dum was bad, I think XOXO is even worse. Like, I get it, she's popular, I just don't like her music. I think her music in general is just not good. Again, comparable to other solo artists now in Korea, because this is not 2016 anymore, where only IU and a couple of others there was in the industry. Now you have, 15 to 20 soloists that are really, really good and constantly release great music. And if you release this type of songs, you just stand out as being bad. Number 2, Jamin, Dedication. Jamin is a new artist acquired under OMG. Super hyped up. Oh my god, who's it gonna be? Some shitter who's super uninteresting, has bad vocals, very monotone voice. And overall, I would say that one thing about his music that I don't enjoy as much is that it's quite uninteresting. Even when I heard his project, it was all over the place. There was no direction artistically. And I feel like maybe because he's young, sure, but there's people like Big Naughty who are really good and they're very young. To me, it's like you have to be able at least to stand out on your own as a track, and he can't. And then we have number 1, the worst song of the year is 777, which is the collaboration track between B.I.G. and 3YE. Presente, terrible song, terrible production. Still is uptight on making this tropical Latin inspired music, and it doesn't really work. It feels empty, it feels fake, it feels plasticky, it feels unoriginal, it feels uninteresting. And I think this really sums up what my top is about, which is uninteresting music overall, and not just uninteresting music in terms of content, in terms of sound. And there's no better song to represent that than this song. And that's it, really. This was what I consider to be the worst songs. There was another couple I could have put in there, but again, like I said, I didn't like them, but I didn't hate them as much as this. I think you probably even heard from my voice and from the comments how much I despise these songs, especially because some of these songs were spammed, and I really don't like when people spam me terrible songs in my ears all day in the community. But having said all of this, do you agree? What was your least favorite song of the year? What you thought? What was the song you thought it was terrible this year and you couldn't stand listening to? Let me know in the comments, and see you next time in the next video, which is gonna probably be in the 2nd, 3rd of January. Which is gonna be the top K-Bops of the year. See you.